accidentally threw up an extra clap in there. It's not quite the same angle, but it's close enough, and the camera's going to be just this gross, blurry thing because it's my normal computer. Because I have no idea why it doesn't want to take my USB webcam. So here we are. We're going to do this. I don't know how long we're going to do it. Oddly similar to what we've been working on for the past month now. Is it a month? Goodness gracious, I think we've been working on this for about a month. So yeah, we have most of this figured out, mostly. So now we're gonna go to the drawing board on how we want the shoulder kind of connecting pieces to look like, and like what shape we want those bad boys to take. So I think I'm gonna use something like that to mold them around, and then when we let go, hopefully they'll be a little tighter. So we'll see what happens, and then we'll try to draw our pattern off of that. If not, then we might just cut some stuff out, do some really basic arts and crafts style thing. Wait for this to get heated up a little bit here. Alright. This side. So we're going to take it this far in, so that when we finally release it, hopefully it's going to have a little bit of a, it's not going to keep this exact shape once we let it go. So I don't want to get too, crazy with it, and it doesn't need to be a tight circle either, so I'm not going to roll it up in itself. Oh wow, that's about perfect. That's almost exactly how I wanted it to be. We're going to kind of do this now. We'll see what that looks like when it's done. Do some really basic arts and crafts style thing. It's about what we want it to be. That right there? It's about right. Cool. Put it up there. We'll go ahead, do the next one. I think we're going to do this first to understand the shape, and then we'll add to it here in a little bit. Boom. There we go, just like that. And then, once that's done, we're going to grab this bad boy right here, and we're going to try and pattern something out. So yeah, basically, it's how I want it to be. Alright, awesome. We only need one of these to make a pattern, and then the pattern is going to make 4 different pieces. So, first we'll do like a normal trace. that about the inside? All right. So we basically have the inside shape now. Move that like that so it's on both of them. Cool, cool. It's sticking. What's up, Chad? How's it going? So now that we have the shape, let's go ahead. Boom. All right, cool. I don't know how well you guys can even see that. Probably still not very well. And then we'll just go ahead and we're gonna try to add, pull up a reference here on my phone. Just gotta double check the width I need on these guys. About an inch, I would say, maybe about 2 inches. Let's see. Still kind of the same thing. We're working on the Doomslayer, Doom Guy armor, and now we're just kind of working on how the shoulders, how we want the shoulders to look. I kind of go over here, connecting the back and front pieces. I think maybe about 1.5 inches. Quarter. I think 1.25 inches looks a lot better. Okay, that's what I did right there. It's 1.25 inches. All right, cool. Okay. Now what we do is we take this and line it up. To about how we want it to be there. Sort of like that. Boom. That is going to be our piece. We're going to see how well that fits first. I'm going to use scissors for it. We're just going to use this guy. I can already tell I didn't cut on lines. Nice. Very nice. Also didn't cut on the line there. We're killing it. We're thriving. Slow down. Slow down. Boom. That's what our pattern is going to be. Yeah, if I ever get done with it, goodness knows, I've been taking my sweet, sweet time. But yeah, I can't wait till it's done too. Saw a few more references. Alright. Let's try to get this thing to not be so curly. Let's see. slightly less curly right there. Yeah, we're gonna have to use weights to keep it down whenever we, not much, Anthony. Just working in the shop, another beautiful day and sunny. Well, it was snowy earlier, but now it's sunny in South Dakota. We're gonna trace this bad boy out, and then we'll see how we feel about it. Let's do that. This guy. Inside ring and then the outside ring, I think is how we're gonna try to tackle this. If I would have had pins, this would be 1,000 times less goofy. And we're gonna go set something on top of that so we can. All right, see you later, Chad. Have a good one. I'm gonna set something on top of it here. See if we can get it to chill out. All right, now let's go ahead and cut that piece. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. Let's see how sharp this knife is. It could be sharper. All right. It's going to be really tough to get this rounded shape. So I think we're going to cut a little on the outside of the line, and then we'll just go in and we'll just sand it, which is going to suck to do like 4 times, but I think that's going to be our safest bet to get it how we want to look. That cut pretty well, but once again, it was definitely a good idea to go on the black line instead of the inside, or on the outside instead of the inside. Boom. Oh yeah, we're gonna need to do a ton of sanding on that guy. But once we add it, it's gonna look something like that. And then we'll have need to make 4 of these guys for 2 on each side. That'll be fun. How does that feel? It's a little tight, but it needs to be sanded anyways, and I'm not gonna be wearing a jacket, so hopefully we can solve that problem in the sanding process. All right, this is just a weird piece. Let's see, how many more of these can we make out of that? Iron. All right, inside and then the outside. Second verse, same as the first, a little bit louder and a whole lot worse. Let's see. All right, boom, there it is. And then we're just gonna cut it out. I'm gonna go along one of the black lines instead. We'll cut this out, we'll sand down this piece, we'll sand down this piece, we'll glue them onto one of them, and then we'll see if we need to make more of it or not. We'll decide totally based off of how that feels and how it fits. There's that part, and now we gotta take it around. Cool, very cool. That feels relatively straight, so I appreciate that. All right. The inside one is where it always gets kind of wonky. Yep. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some sanding needing to be done on those guys. Alright, cool. For the most part, oh, they line up, yeah. Just gonna go like that. Make these both the sides that are glued in. Yeah. And this side. There we go. All right, cool. Now I just need to know these are the inside of that piece. I'm gonna go a little something, not like that. Having them go around like that. And then actually, it's gonna catch a little bit. Yeah, it should look pretty good. That should look fine. Cool. Let's change the Dremel head and get started here. Yeah. I don't think we're going to Dremel, honestly, because that is super loud and super annoying. So I think we're going to do... I just hate that that piece is like that. We did get a hold of a pattern, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to cut that pattern out to, yeah, because that is also super long, super boring process. And if I'm going to do it, might as well do it on here. So, a pattern for the helmet, because we didn't want to make the helmet ourselves. Very cool. Let's see, does he have any specific instructions? So many of these bad boys. It's gonna be fun. I'm curious how big this helmet is gonna be, just looking at it. My goodness. Alright. Assume it's gonna go a little something like that. Page 1 and page 2. Got it. Very cool. So we'll leave that one together. Trim this one. Alright. This will go something like this. Right? Yes. Cool. And let's see if I have my tape in here or if I have to go get it. It looks like I have to go get it. Alright, cool. This is so much fun. It's lined up. Perfect. Nice. Alright. Use this bad boy to create a little bit of a lip on the back side. That way it's a little bit of a sturdier piece. Not just the front is taped, a little bit of the back is taped. Alright, sweet. And then I assume this is page 3 goes to page 4 here. Super simple. Wow. I mean just wow. Let's see. Page 3, page 4 goes like that and completes that bit. Very cool. So we'll cut this side off again. Alright, cool. Line it up. We're gonna have to do a little bit better job of lining it up. I'm not in love with this right here. There it is. Cool, cool. Very cool. Smacking that right in the middle. And then we're going to go ahead and do flat on the side. And a flap on this side. Alright, honestly, we're going to do this. Let's see, can we do that yet? I don't know how much of a humongous sheet we want to make just yet. I don't understand what these directions mean. Cut angle, is that what we want it to be? At the parted edge, weird. Very weird. What piece is this? Number 4, let's just like look at it at the front. Okay, so on the inside, I see what he's saying. I just kind of have to look at the other reference to understand like what these instructions here mean. Very weird, very cool. We're going to cut it like this. Boom. Because these are their own 3 pieces, so those are totally done. Now we start with this guy, and page 5 will connect to him. Yeah, I don't know how thrilling this is going to be to watch, but here we are. Here we are. Alright, I think it's the same thing here. 8th verse, whatever, same as the first. Cut out the dotted line. Alright. We got that one figured out. Let's lay the tape on this bad boy. Sweet, fantastic. Looks like these pieces are continued here. So then we're going to have to do that. Very weird. This side just kind of disappears like that. Not very helpful. Not very helpful at all. This guy's going to go something like that. Very cool, very neat. Boom. This is very easy. It's probably very boring to watch. I apologize. I don't apologize. Needs to get done. All right. That looks good to me. Bam. Tape again. Yes. Please don't rip the... There we go. It didn't get a very flat edge on that side of the tape. That's fine. Boom, this side also needs to be connected. It looks like we can go ahead and cut this piece out like that. 97% sure. Let's just double check here. There are so many pieces. Okay. Oh, hey, look at that. That last page is just like a single one. That is so cool. You can just set that over there. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so it does just look like the way it printed, we lost whatever was here, like this, which is a kind of a bummer. But that side looks identical to that side. I think we can, I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Let me go ahead and cut this piece off. Boom, like that. Go ahead and put that over there. Now this one, page 6 to page 7. Page 6, page 7. Here we go. Very cool, very fun. Are you having a ball? I'm having a ball. About how it should be. Rip and tear until it is done. Boom, look at that. Very nice, very nice. Not our best one, but it's not bad. Got it. guy has some really whack instructions on these. Like, they just look so weird. 10, 3, 4, like, are these all like the lineups? It's very odd. Very, very odd. 12, is that like it goes inside piece 11? Is that what this is supposed to be? I think so. Yeah, it's very odd. Honestly, don't know how in love I am with how his instructions are laid out. Goodness. Next piece. It looks like it. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Not quite right. Not quite correct here. There we go. Now that's lined up. Fudge. It moved. Moved when I put it down. Crap. Ooh, that was a bad tape on that one. It's mostly lined up though. Yeah, yeah it is. Alright, cool. We were getting a little too comfortable in our own skin. And it's starting to show. Here's what I'm going to do with that. This has just been our little problem piece. Wow. Wow. Boom. What a weird piece we just cut. Alright, cool. Last one. Final piece here. To get it all put together. I like that it has a reference for how big the visor needs to be, and then it has what you're going to see, what you won't see, so that we can cut it, not out of foam obviously, but with something else. I might want to make a visor out of foam that looks like maybe beat up or something. Gonna have to see here. Boom. That is perfectly lined up. See if we can perfectly put down the tape or not. Yo, did it move? Oh, it did not. Very cool. Very cool. I'm very cool with that. Thank you, Caleb. I am now going to pretend you didn't say that because I don't care. It's not being rude to you. It's just you had a poor choice of words. Boom. And those are all the pieces for the helmet cut out. Look at that. How much time did that kill? Like 20 minutes maybe? I don't know. Who knows? So yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's go flip these with the other ones. I don't want to cut them actually out of it yet. I'm just glad to know that they're like all together and figured out. But I don't want to totally like take them apart until we're 100% ready to get started on this crazy train. All right. Just looking at these instructions is giving me a headache. I'm not in love with how he made the instructions, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. It's not our job to figure it out, but we'll definitely figure it out. We are going to go ahead and sand these bad boys now. All right, see you, Anthony. Have a good one, my man. He's probably already left by the time I saw that. How bright is that for you guys? It's a little bright. That's okay. Sacrifice I'm willing for you to make. All right, cool. And now, like I said, we cut it along the black, so now we're going to sand until we can't see the black anymore, as long as it's even. That's basically how that process is going to work. It might get a little loud. I'm going to try to mute my mic by pressing the mute button. If that doesn't do anything, then lower your phone volume or whatever you're on, because it's going to get loud in 3, 2, 1. Fudge. Went ahead and sanded down the middle. Let's see if it even matters if I mute or unmute it. We went ahead and sanded down the middle. Now we're going to go on the inside of the middle part here and see how that works. Feels a lot better. Definitely. I'm not in love that it's tight though, that it's like tight at all. I don't care for it. Really not a fan. We'll see though. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Boom, there's our first piece, all nice and smoothed out. I think in the future we're just going to make those an inch instead of an inch and a quarter. That way we have a little bit more space for our arm, neck, trap area when we go ahead. I don't know if it was actually muted or not, or maybe my sound got through, maybe it didn't. But basically I said we were probably going to make those not an inch and a quarter. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not in love with how this lines up. I think I just wasted a bunch of time sanding. I don't think this lines up at all. It needs to be a little bit longer. Obviously, we don't want it to be like this. That's just not how it goes. I don't like it. This might be a good spot to end it. We didn't have any good discussion tonight. So, yeah, that's not how I want it to look at all. Not in love with it, guys. Not gonna lie. Alright, cool. We're gonna end it here. Thanks to anyone who tuned in. We're gonna try maybe shoot for Saturday. Maybe weekdays work better. I don't know. Maybe it's the terrible camera we had today. Yeah, I'm so mad this is gonna like be saved in my like Facebook. We had a terrible 8 comments, just bad stream today. Anyways, hope everybody has a good night, and I'll see you guys in the next one.